Hi, everybody. Welcome to a minisode of No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Pippin.
And I'm Alex.
And guys, today we are going to talk about conventions. What kinds of conventions, everybody?
All of them.
No.
Media conventions, work conventions.
More along the lines of guidelines.
Guidelines instead of rules. We are going to be talking about writer conferences, which in science fiction fantasy genre, popular parlance is conventions as opposed to conferences. But either way, you call them a con.
I think you just don't want me to talk about ELA.
Or my very nerdy conventions or conferences I go to.
Yeah, let's talk about lighting and the importance thereof.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Or what about expos?
Pip. It's illuminating. Although, one thing I will say, the most fun expo I've been to, even beyond like the gaming ones, has been the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. Because it's literally all the new stuff that they put in amusement parks and boardwalks. Like, it's a week where you don't have to pay for food. There's bounce castles and rides set up in the convention center. It was badass.
God.
Dude.
So anyway, we're going to talk about science fiction conventions. Where there are books.
It's not necessarily just books. I mean, we're talking like cross-media as well.
Absolutely. So all of us, as our intro suggested, you know, we've been in the writing game one way or another for a very long time. Or our family has.
Do you want to know my first convention?
Sure.
I don't remember it, but
wow,
Alex and I
good story.
Right? Alex and I were in utero for a Boston World Con. Norris Con like 3 or something.
Wait, I thought I was in utero for my first convention.
Probably. Mom and Dad are nerds.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 40 straight up years, guys.
What's funny is that I actually have vague memories of that Boston World Con.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, I was like 4.
I would have been 6.
Yeah. I remember going to that World Con. Yeah.
It was Boston, yeah.
Huh. That explains why we went. Because we're from New England.
Yeah.
All I remember of the World Con that I've been to when I was a little girl is that I got a ruby ring from the dealer's room, which I promptly lost. And
because you were a kid.
Yeah. And one of the media rooms was playing Return to Oz.
Huh. Oh shit.
So I saw scenes from that when I must have been 6.
And now look at you.
And look at me now.
But yeah, science fiction fantasy conventions, we've all been to them, since time immemorial.
Well, since time...
Immemorial?
36 years ago.
37.
38.
For several decades.
Thank you.
For at least 30 years.
All our lives.
Shit.
For a long ass time.
You know, sometimes I do hear new writers say, because I hang out with a lot of new writers, not to brag.
Yeah, you do.
Do I need to go to conventions?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. No, you don't.
There is no such thing as need.
Should.
I mean, will you have fun?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
Will it help with depending on what your idea of fun. Will it help with networking? Yeah, probably. But it's a good way to meet, to either meet up with people you already know.
Yay, the internet.
And yay, internet. Or meet up with new people who share the same interests as you.
Which can be, you know, delightful and unexpected when you're a fucking writing nerd, you know, sitting at home in the dark, probably, with, you know, a gigantic, you know, container of Mountain Dew Red for God knows what reason, and you're busily typing up, you know, the letter N over and over and over again because you do not know how to finish this scene, which is only 20 words long. And it's the first one. Yes.
Project much?
This is a story I heard about somebody else.
But the point is, if you go to a convention, you'll meet someone who goes like, really? I kept typing the letter L. Do you
Weird.
think it means something?
And that is how you, what do you call it when you start co-offering?
Make friends.
No, like when you start co-offering a work. Like,
And that's when you start collaborating.
yeah, and that's when you start collaborating.
Huzzah.
Stop, collaborate, and listen.
I think Mom and Dad are in at least one anthology that started as a conversation at a convention party.
Con
Late
parties
night.
are great.
The BarCon is always good too.
BarCon, for those wondering, it's basically sort of the miniature convention that's happening where, because you're all going to the bar and hanging out, and strangely, the person next to you may be an editor, or maybe an author, and it's just...
Or an agent.
Or
an
just a
agent.
fellow fan.
And, then you end up having, like, this really nice little, like, thing there. It's a nice... It's a nice little thing.
It's a nice way to carry on conversations.
Yes.
Either based off stuff that you heard in the convention that day, come up with new conversations that might end up in the convention next year.
Well, and
true.
also, and in practical terms, conventions tend to happen in hotels, and what do hotels have?
Bars.
And that tends to be their social space. Now, conventions will also often have their own social spaces, which are also great.
Hang out in the con suite. Make friends.
If you're on panels, that's what the green room's for. And then there's a lot of things like coffee clutches are very popular, which are informal gatherings between various panel people. So writers, editors, agents, with people who sign up ahead of time. And you basically just have a nice chat for an hour while drinking coffee.
Or running into people in the dealer's room.
Yep. There's a couple of ways to do conventions, and I'm just going to offer my advice for maybe first-time people. I'm going to give one piece of advice, which...
Don't be a creep.
That's
2 pieces of advice.
given and a read, yeah.
2 pieces
Don't
of
be
advice.
fucking creep, yeah. My first piece of advice is, if your convention, the convention that you're thinking of going to, has a... if for whatever reason you don't know somebody already going there, if you know someone... cool. Make plans. Just make plans now. But if you don't know anybody, I would suggest, if there's a social group meetup, just meeting new people, if there's the opportunity to pair up to go out for lunch. That was at a convention that we were at recently. There was do you need a buddy for lunch? Come here and we'll pair you all off.
Conventions will often have, so you've never con before panels, like towards the beginning.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I would suggest going to them. They're awesome. But anyway, that's my piece of advice, is it can be very nerve-wracking, and can be, and if you're prone to imposter syndrome, it can feel a little bit like that. If you're going to a convention for the first time, or let's say the 50th. But, come up with a game plan. At least one person you're gonna see. Even if that person is someone you've never met yet. That's my
And for
advice.
the love of God, get your sleep, take your showers, eat your meals.
That's your
Yeah,
advice.
bring
Oh my god.
snacks.
Now, just make sure you do that. But also just, go have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember that my first, tabletop gaming experiences were all at conventions and allows you to express yourself creatively. So if you've been wanting to try and get your feet wet with, playing tabletop role-playing games, like D&D and all that, conventions are a great place to do that. You can usually do a pickup game really, really easily because there's a lot of fellow nerds there that also just want to play a game.
And if you're not really actually big on exploring places, there's usually at least 1 or 2 spots where you can just sit and be there for hours on end. And
Sweet.
Or even just corners like in the hallway. People watch.
Yep.
or what I did, sit in the anime room until it closes.
Yeah.
Ah.
And now look at you.
It should also be said that there's good panels that happen in a convention. Find ones that interest you, because you know what? You might find inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You might learn something.
Oh,
I mean,
learning?
To be fair, some panels are dogs. They, absolutely.
yeah.
But every once in a while, you get some really golden stuff. We were at a panel recently. It was about heist tropes.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was a great one.
I mean, that was fantastic. And you have the amazing opportunity to learn stuff from your peers in a really, really weird field. And it's a great opportunity. But Pip, what's your piece of advice?
Oh, well, I second bring snacks. Everyone is just afraid of you as you are of them.
Authors can only see motion.
Know ahead of time how much you're going to spend.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are dealer's rooms, and they are glorious. Also, sometimes conventions have cosplay and a masquerade. Ask permission before you take photos. But please get the photos. They work really hard on those. If someone seems to brush you off, it's not you.
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Either they have somewhere they need to be, their panel starts in 5 minutes and it's across the hotel, or maybe they, like you, are getting overwhelmed and need to not be near people right now.
Or they might have a disability. Maybe they legitimately didn't hear or see you.
Yeah. A lot of possibilities. It's not a you thing.
Mm-hmm.
Though editors have ears that can go for a mile, they will hear your story idea, and they will go, that sounds like a trilogy, and spook you the fuck out.
Don't give your manuscript to editors at a convention.
Don't bring your manuscript.
No, don't
do it.
Don't.
Do not do it.
Don't.
It sounds tempting, but don't.
Don't even bring the first 3 chapters. Don't.
I mean, the most that you should have in your head is your elevator pitch.
Yeah.
If someone asks.
That's at most.
I think what you can bring is discussions about how you'd approach the final season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah.
But also, bring a business card, man.
Yeah.
And to clarify what I was talking about, what I was trying to, when I was talking to somebody else about my story, the idea, and an editor overheard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's that book coming, Alex?
Yeah, Al.
Yeah.
How's that?
That trilogy.
I don't know. How's that book coming, Pip?
Oh.
Hey, Bren. How's your book coming?
I'm not working on a book, jerks.
How about the spec script?
Well, shut up, Alex. Hey, cat.
Motherfucker! Oh, I have to leave. Oh no.
Anyway, I want to end the episode with something.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Do it.
I just spent several years in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Away from my normal conventions. Away from conventions. The closest was like a small city Comic-Con, which is different than what we're... fun, but different.
Comic-Cons are, I feel, a different beast from what we're discussing.
Yeah. And I just recently went to a convention again, and I had to explain to people that was my first convention for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And it felt nice, because I was with my people again. And I regretted having only a Saturday membership, because oh man, the whole con would have been fun. Mm-hmm. But it was nice being around people who thought like me, and people who liked me, and who I liked them. Mm-hmm. And it was a really, really good time.
And the con was ReaderCon, right?
It was ReaderCon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, shout out to ReaderCon. Literally one of the best literary conventions out there. Absolutely top-notch compared to a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, because of life stuff, I haven't been able to go there in recent years. I keep on meaning to. Maybe I'll make a plan to do it next year.
Yeah, come to our East Coast conventions, Brendan.
Join us.
All 3 of us are here. Way easier for you to come to us than us to you.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
Join
called
us. Join
You
us.
can't see me, but I'm doing jazz hands next to my head to make it even more enticing.
Yes, that's what enticement looks like, Pippin. Good job.
It's movement. People follow movement.
That's right. Authors do. I heard that. That one
And
time.
Brendan's an author. We established.
Yeah. Wait, are we thinking about dinosaurs?
Same
What's the difference?
thing.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs didn't die. They just evolved. Anyway.
So that was part 1 of our, I'm sure, series of convention anecdotes and advice and stuff like that. We could probably do this over and over again if we really focused on it.
I mean, I think I would like to do a series on, the practicalities of the writing life.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking no story is sacred after dark. Stories of Kat's childhood at conventions.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. Convention nights.
What the kids are saying about you behind your back.
Oh my god. I actually really want to know what you guys know about it, because I hope it's not much.
I won't talk about
The
it
kids
on air.
are in bed. The con suite's still open. It's convention nights.
It's convention nights.
Nice.
Listen, all I can say is that I went through puberty at conventions, and it was fine.
You know what? A lot of us in this conversation did, and your stories are still weirder.
So that's been No Story is Sacred. Who's taking us out?
That would be Brenton.
Yeah, Bren.
Hold, please.
So we'll be talking about the time that my parents caught me making out with a boy in the lobby of the hotel, right? Because I had no fucking game. No, I had game. I'm sorry. I had game. I had no, what's the word? Sense.
Tact?
It was terrible. It's right in front of the elevator. The elevator swings open. And there they are.
For one, an elevator doesn't swing open, it slides open.
Don't police my memories.
These bizarre opening elevators.
And here's the thing. I could have sworn I remember a time when I found you with the book on like the con suite floor. But not at the con suite, but on one of the chairs at the end of the halls.
I am only committing to one story at the end of this minisode. Brendan, take us out.
Yes. Brain bleach will be distributed after we're done recording here. Yeah, so as always, if you have an idea or a prompt to submit, head on over to nostoryissacred.com/submission. You can follow us on Twitter at nostoryiссacred or send an email through contact@nostoryiссacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex McDonald, Brendan McDonald, Pippin McDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostoryiссacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story is Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoryiссacred. Until then, we're No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed. Except Cat's Pass.
Oh.
This was Brendan.
This is Cat.
Wait, that's not the order it goes
I
in.
don't fucking care.
This is Pippin!
This is Alex.
This is
Pip. Jesus Christ. Cat!
No, go! Just go! I refuse to go again. There.
We're keeping this.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're No Story is Sacred.
You asshole.